So how difficult was it to balance the physical training, researching the role, and also trying to learn the violin?
Well, the violin was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done for films. You can take your helicopter stunts and your tiger fights and your mathematics. It's got nothing to do with how difficult an instrument the violin is. The way I put it is that she's a harsh mistress, but there is a grand reward if you keep your focus. Well, we were actually aiming for Aubrey to be a much larger bloke than we ended up doing. But Peter, about 6 weeks before we started rehearsing, just sort of decided he didn't really want the captain to be as the captain was described in the books, because he thought that at certain points, if the ship was moving, we might have to have a midshipman pushing the captain up the stairs,
right.
What have you? Because at 17 stone or something, he's listed at it on one journey. So that's 17 by 16. That's 270 plus pounds, and on my frame, that's going to look ridiculous,
Right.
So we just went with really the body shape that we could find in a lot of the etchings of the period, and a lot of that has to do with the way the clothes were made,
right.
So we just went with that because we figured, if we do another one, we've got plenty of time to get to 270 pounds.
Right. What is it that Peter Weir brings to a film that makes it so attractive for you?
An intelligence, an aesthetic, a level of organization, and gentlemanly work hours.
It's just much easier. You hit the ground running, and you hopefully get somewhere more interesting quicker. You're not worried about each other's kind of ego, so you can speak frankly. And so what that means is he can, tell me if I'm being shit, and I can tell him if he's being great. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. The trouble with talking about acting is it's like sex. It's enormously fun to do, but just dreadfully embarrassing when you have to talk about it. I always think it's more elegant not to, but here we go. Yes, I went. There's certain things you can do. You have to use surgical instruments, so I went to the Royal College of Surgeons and worked with a man who was a surgical historian who taught me how I would perform the procedures that I have to perform. I came to the Scripps Institute in San Diego and learned how to cut up fish. And I also play a solitary character, so I got myself a house miles away from everybody else on a cliff top. The consequence of which was I was incredibly lonely, and I came in and I had to talk to everybody because I was desperate to talk the next day. So I'm not sure how well it paid off, but yeah, you just do whatever's necessary. Each job's different. No, there's not a great deal. I mean, getting really close to a bunch of people is fun, that's fun. Mainly what I would take away from it is, because we all talk about the hardships of making a film at sea, and it's a nightmare, but you get to work for 12, 13, 14 hours a day with really, really bright, intelligent people, and if you put enough of those experiences together, it's a hell of a life. So. And what his movies? He's the man's listen. We're here in San Diego, which is very close to Los Angeles, and Los Angeles blows films out of all proportion. It's a very young art form, and therefore I feel safe in saying this, and that is that Peter Weir is without doubt one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. So any young actor would just, I'd open a door in a movie for him if he asked me to. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, the thing is, it turns you into an imbecile, because I celebrate when my son poos. So, I mean, I'm a complete idiot.
What about the training you did for this film?
The training wasn't too intense, but we learnt a lot in a very short period of time. And we learned everything from sort of how to handle monkeys and parrots right through to how to fire cannons. So it was very varied.
What was the hardest, handling a monkey or firing a cannon?
Well, I think it would have to be the monkey. Yeah, they were cool. The animals were brilliant.
What was the hardest scene for you to film?
The storm was quite fun. And quite difficult. We were wet for 2 weeks, basically. You'd turn up, get wet, go home. And that was pretty much what the days were for 2 weeks, and it was a lot of fun.
What's it like working with Russell Crowe?
Great. He's just watching him on set is an education in itself, because he's such an experienced and talented actor. He's got a lot to teach people.